So I'm almost a little bit embarrassed to show you the latest video, but I will nevertheless, because it brings the whole point across. And the point is that motorbiking is a skill. Now, before I ever tried motorbiking, and driving in a car and seeing motorbike riders around me, I always just took them like per default. I'm in a car and they are in a motorbike, and it's no big deal. I mean, motorbike is just like a bicycle. If you know how to ride a bicycle, certainly you will be able to ride a motorbike. It's not a big deal. But when I then tried motorbiking, I realized no, this has nothing to do. No, I can't say nothing. Of course, the basic concept of riding on two wheels is the same, but being on a motorbike is just a whole different ballgame. Like every skill, you need to learn the techniques. You need to know how to develop that skill, and of course you need to practice. You see this tree? This is the dead-end street that ends in a circle. So let's stop here for a minute and look at this circle. So the diameter is 15 meters, which is actually half of the normal traffic circle that you have in Switzerland, which is 30 meters. Still, that leaves me 5 meters space to ride around. However, I was tiptoeing around this circle for the first 6 times when I was practicing with a motorbike. I could not ride around the circle. This is where my sister-in-law was a really huge help. So this is the best buddy of our dog. So he kind of recognized me on a motorbike. And he's not even realizing that I am actually a liability when I'm on a motorbike. So my sister-in-law has been riding for about more than 5 years. And a few days ago, she came with a motorbike and said, "Hey, let's go for a ride." And I was like, no, I can't do a ride. Well, okay, what's stopping you? I mean, what are the problems that you have? And I said, well, you see this circle, that I cannot do the circle. She said, fine, okay, let's go there. You go around and I'll tell you if I see that you're doing something wrong. I was going around like all tight and panicky, and then she said, you are not looking where you're going. As I was going through the circle, I was constantly thinking, okay, I am going to hit that tree, that wall, that pole. So of course I was looking at them. And the funny thing is, I know the concept. They always tell you, look where you want to go. Yet still, when I was doing this circle, I could not do it. I was really kind of frozen. So she said, just look at the tree that you're going around. And I did it a few times, like really slowly, and that helped a lot. I've kind of got confident to go around the circle counterclockwise, so I could kind of do that. However, doing it clockwise, like, no, no way. I just couldn't turn the wheels. It was so very weird. She said, don't make a circle, do turns, go straight then make a turn to the right, then go straight, make a turn. So you're kind of doing a square, really. And it's a funny concept, but actually it works, because doing it like this, although it's sort of in steps, showed my brain that I can actually do this turn clockwise. That's what I did like several times around the tree, clockwise, and making really square turns. Go straight, turn right, go straight, turn right, like really several times. After actually like several rounds around the tree, I went around it again with the idea to do this like sort of bite-sized squares, but then I just kind of kept going and going, and that was the first time ever that I managed to do clockwise turn, and I was really, really happy about it. Then I decided to reward myself with a nice, proper, straight ride, because, you know, riding like this straight is fun. Practicing is a bit of a hassle, necessary, but a hassle. But a proper ride is really a lot of fun. Yeah, and I also didn't want to do it again because I was afraid I might not be able to. So I just wanted to end it up on a good note that I managed to do something. Anyhow, so that was a bit of a trial and error practicing. I hope you find it useful. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!